I had a really close friend, John, for most of my life. We were in high school together, and we stayed friends for decades. This happened a few years back. Before my divorce, he'd come around once a week or so. After the divorce, he was around almost every day. It wasn't that the breakup was bad, I ended things amicably, but being all alone suddenly was tough. He was one of 3 people who had full access to my house, so he helped make the transition easier. I lived a few minutes from his work, so he'd stop by to unwind before heading home most days. He worked long hours, and we'd usually smoke a Red Bull or two, have some dinner, and chat about our days. We'd both gone through hard times, but we were always there for each other. It still amazes me he could drink a Red Bull at 11 p.m. and still go home to sleep like a baby. We did a lot of trips together, weeks in Florida, weekends up north, just a night of fun. Never any issues, never any fights, always good times. Now, here's the thing. I was getting ready for a golf tournament a few weeks before this happened. I got a call from John. He found out about the tournament, which was a few hours away in a big city, and wanted to come. This wasn't the first time he'd come with me. It was the end of the pandemic, and he was antsy to get out and have some fun. Even though I already had everything booked, I said yes. I canceled my reservations and got a more expensive Airbnb right in the city. A place he could chill even when I was golfing. He paid for his half, but also asked me to pick him up something not cheap on the way. Over the next few weeks, I got a bunch of calls from him, some asking questions, some just excitedly talking about the fun. I was going for 3 days. He'd meet me up there the first night late, or come up the next morning if work got out too late. I got to the Airbnb around 4 p.m. after a 3-hour drive during rush hour. I was tired but happy. A couple hours later, I got a message from John just saying, "Terrible day." Nothing more. I replied, "You're super John, you'll get it done, like we always do." That was the last time I heard from him. Even to this day, I sent messages for a few days with no response. It wasn't until I started calling around to make sure he didn't die that I figured out he was fine and just at home. I sent him a long message basically saying, "I don't know what I did, literally, I'm sorry you're hurting. But no idea why, but I can't keep feeling expendable. I love you and I hope you find your peace." Even to that, I got nothing. Now I've been thinking about this every once in a while for a few years. It really hurt, deeper than I'll ever publicly let on. I can't even say there was some big blow-up or an offense given. It was literally out of nowhere. I even got stuck with a pretty hefty bill at the end of the weekend and never tried to recoup it. This wasn't just a passing acquaintance. This was a brother. At least that's what I thought. The shitty part is I've now redefined what friendships mean and I'm way more guarded. Every time I try to get close to someone, my brain and heart have a fight, which ends with me backing away quietly. I don't even have to do anything to be ghosted, so why even allow the possibility? I'd rather just stay at home with my new wife and enjoy the view from the sidelines.